What's up, y'all? It's the Young Avell here, back with another Sunday sermon video. I hope you guys are doing well. We got some nice, succinct game for you guys today. First, cheers. The moon is rising, so the energy is rising. And funny story, we're gonna link that in to today's lesson. So, firstly, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Well, not the comment button, but hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below after you receive this game, and let's get it moving. So, this is for my pack members that are dating or plan on dating in the near future. I noticed something. I see a few women here and there at the same time. Everybody knows, like they know I'm not lying or anything like that. That's just, honesty is a good policy. So I noticed something. I noticed that a few of them would get their cycle around the same time. So what I did when I noticed that they were getting their cycles around the same time, I opened up my phone and I looked at where the moon was at. Because the women are aligned with the moon, right? So I opened up and I found out that, they get their cycle around the new moon when the moon is at 0%. So the moon cycle goes like this, if you didn't know. The new moon is when the moon is black in the sky because it's on the other side, right? So it's at 0% because it's getting no sunlight. So as it moves around the other side of the earth, it gets brighter and brighter until 2 weeks from the new moon, you have the full moon. So that's whenever all the energy is high and stuff like that. And then it goes back down to the new moon again for another 2 weeks. So that 2 weeks up, 2 weeks down is 28 days. So one lunar cycle is 28 days. And that's actually the real month. That's a month. It's not 30 days, 31 days. It actually coincides with a lunar calendar. So that's how I be going about my what I intend to manifest, I learned all this because of observation. And it's funny because as I was able to retain the seed, I'm able to observe more from a more balanced, self-satisfied, neutral perspective, so I can pick out these observations. So I noticed that they were getting their cycle around the new moon. And so what does that mean? That means they're getting their cycle around the new moon. So that means as the 2 weeks is up, going towards the full moon, they will begin to start getting active again. Like their hormones are going to start getting popping. Within that 2 week window phase, they will begin to ovulate, meaning that's when their physiology changes. They're gonna look more beautiful to us. They're gonna be giving off that pheromones. And here's the important thing, and this is why I tie retention to this. They are gonna be more receptive to masculine traits, testosterone-based personalities, alpha, leader of the pack type energy. That is going to turn them on sexually because that is linked to good genetics and they will be ovulating. So they might say one thing, but what turns them on might be another thing. Their physiology will be what's reacting, and that will be the thing to pay attention to. So I noticed that, current girls that I had, new prospects would always come around in that 2 week window towards the full moon as the full moon is rising. And then, we would enjoy, I would bring in new girls to the rotation, whatever the case may be, might just go on a few dates. But I started noticing like, oh snap, these girls, I'm starting to pick up on their cycles. And it's very important that you understand this nature about women, that they move in cycles in terms of their desirability of certain things in a man. So when they're going up, when the energy's going up, when they're ovulating, they will be looking for more masculine traits and testosterone based traits, as I just said. And after that passes, their body simulates the I believe it's the egg dropping after they ovulate. I forget the exact science of it, but the point is, once that ovulation window is done, their body goes into a phase where they're going to start looking for security and provision. They're going to want to be like, they're going to be more on partner, the cuddle me, that type of security type of energy, like a provider type of thing. So you got to be mindful of what type of energy you're giving off at any given moment, so it behooves you to understand the cycle of the women that you're dealing with. And I know you won't know that right off the bat with new prospects, obviously, because you're not going to be like, hey, what's your cycle? Where are you on in your cycle? Just so I can know how to act. You don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, this is a bit of knowledge that I picked up along the way. As I walk the path, as I'm able to imbue these traits that just come naturally from retention, I would see who was reacting to what. And I noticed that they were all fired up around the same time. So I think that behooves you guys to know. It's a little tool that you keep in there. So I want you guys to understand that women have multitude of natures. They have different natures, and based on where they are in their cycle, it will determine how they're behaving. So don't take anything personal. Don't get too wrapped up in the energies. Just understand certain things and use it to your advantage. So me personally, I set my dating strategies up where when I am dating, I'm more active around the 2 weeks building up to the full moon. So because that's when I get a lot of, hits back and things like that. And it's just a nice thing to know. It's a nice thing to know. I did not know this prior to retention, and retention helps me to navigate it at a much more clear, dominant, assertive space. So yeah, y'all need to understand and track the cycles of the moon. It's very important. It's very, very, very important. It's not just about women, but it's all about manifestation as well. Intentional, and I'm not talking about like you just sit there and think about a thing and then it happens. No, I'm talking about be intentional with your movements, intentional with your actions, and it's good to start that around the new moon when it's at 0% and let that energy build. And I always find that something related or some sort of thing happens around the full moon. And for me, I frame it as positive. I frame it as positive because I'm all about development. So I believe that everything is working in our favor. So that's it. Just a little bit of game for you. Take that information, do what you will. I hope you guys are doing great. This, I believe, is the first full moon of the year because we have just entered spring. We are out of the eclipse portal, so we popped in on the other side. That eclipse portal was crazy, but for me, it was a lot of good opportunities, so I just looked at it that way. And let's keep going, y'all. Let's keep rising. Let's keep winning. Let's keep progressing. So, like I always say, if you got anything from this video, be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection. Peace.